Tonight, a Texas-based company that makes bomb shelters says they've seen an uptick in demand since President Trump took office. More people looking to build them in their own backyards. And believe it or not, we found a bomb shelter right here in Charlotte. NBC Charlotte's defender Michelle Bowden explains.
But when a wartime nuclear explosion occurs,
back then it wasn't so unusual to talk about bomb shelters.
The best protection of all is the special shelter.
We were looking for an area that we liked.
Jesse Starnes told us right off the bat, when he and his wife were house hunting, they weren't looking for a house with a bomb shelter.
No, but it was kind of a selling point. Just thought it was super funky and cool.
That's one way to describe it. Behind what looks like it could be the door to a linen closet is instead a long, thin tube with a ladder that leads you 20 feet underground. There's a fairly small hole, big enough for a grown man with a camera or a reporter to squeeze through. And on the other side, a 50-foot room. Oh my goodness, we are literally in a bomb shelter. There's a space that looks like there's room for a bed and not much else. There is electricity though, thank goodness, because never mind funky, this tight underground squeeze would be a little freaky without a light.
There's a little fan there for ventilation.
They bought the house from the original owners, and they're guessing that this bomb shelter was here, that the original owners built it likely back in the 1960s.
So it looks like the folks that were here ahead of us were kind of, I don't know, preppers is the right word, but certainly like just ready for anything.
Right now, today, before there is an alert.
Kind of like these folks in South Dakota who are buying these bunkers that were originally built in the 40s and are now being repurposed.
I needed to build shelters for at least 1,000 people to survive something that's coming our way.
In fact, he's been building shelters like this in a few places across the country since 2007 and thinks demand is only going to go up among doomsday preppers.
I know something crazy is going to happen with the political climate, and they've been dealing with the aliens since the beginning of World War II.
While Vivos, the company designing the South Dakota bunkers, claims they're for, quote, almost any catastrophe, they admit they would not work against a nuclear attack, nor would the Charlotte one. So Starnes doesn't actually expect to use it except for show and tell. I'm guessing, you have people over, do they want to see it?
Everybody. It's just sort of this cool, funky thing.
In Charlotte, Michelle Bowden, NBC Charlotte.